Applying essential skills for project management. This is part 3. And I'll start with my introduction. I am Mohammad Saveer. I have got 2 master degrees, one in commerce, the other in political science. As far as my professional experience with different organizations is concerned, I worked with different organizations from 1984 to 2008. The major organizations are USAID, United Nations World Food Programme, Catholic Relief Services, and UNDP. Over there, my major role was related to management of emergency as well as development projects in various sectors. And I was successful in managing these projects. And I am pleased to let you know that since 2008, I'm serving as a senior independent consultant. And presently, for the last 2.5 years, I'm serving AIU as a faculty member. And as a consultant, I have rendered consulting services to national as well as international organizations, to UN organizations, World Bank, and major services those I rendered were related to project appraisal, development and emergency projects. Along with the team, I appraised the projects and according to the observations requirement on need-based design projects, and participated in strategic planning. And I served as a team member and as a team lead for conducting monitoring and evaluation, again for development as well as for emergency projects. And I render services related to disaster risk management in terms of preparation of disaster risk management plan and standard operating procedures. I conducted series of trainings for the staff of different organizations. After conducting training assessment need, and then I conducted trainings and gender mainstreaming. As far as the learning objectives of today's class are concerned, by the end of this class, we are going to understand essential project management skills and terms, describe the concepts of applying essential skills for project management, and how to apply project management skills as a manager. And in addition to that, we would be able to identify the role and responsibilities of team members in applying project management skills, because we work with the team members and there are different roles and responsibilities. In order to identify the gaps related to the skills, we will discuss how to conduct skills gap assessment to identify areas for team and managerial improvement. Once we identify areas, then we would be able to improve the managerial skills and analyze the impact of skill gaps on management performance. And we will also discuss, and we would be able to explain by the end of this class, the benefits of conducting skill gap assessments. What are the benefits for when we conduct skills gap assessments. And as far as the structure of this class is concerned, I'll make a PowerPoint presentation aligned with class learning objectives. For active participation of students, I'll ask questions during the class, and I would request you to please write down your answers in chat box. And we will have takeaways from this class. And at the end of this presentation, I'll open for question answers. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, then we are going to discuss and I'll answer the questions. And we will have a concluding remarks at the end of the class. So I will start just to recap from previous classes because this is part 3 and we had part 1 and part 2 just to recap. So I'll start with the definition of project management skills so that it reminds us what is project management skills. Project management skills are the abilities and competencies required to successfully initiate, plan, execute, monitor, and close projects. At all these steps, you need to have managerial skills, and then they include sort of a mixed technical, hard and soft skills. These are types of skills, and you need to have combination of these skills in order to successfully initiate, plan, execute, monitor, and close projects. And today I'll also briefly discuss about these skills. What do we mean by technical, hard, and soft skills? So again, you will have some idea that was already discussed in the last 2 classes. When we apply these skills effectively, these skills help teams align outcomes with project goals, coordinate across functions, and deliver results within time. Factor, and budget. You always have limited resources, limited budget, and within that, once you have the skills, you are able to manage your responsibilities and your projects. Just briefly, I will review the type of skills. As you know, there are 3 types of skills: hard skills, soft skills, and technical skills. As far as the hard skills are concerned, these are measurable abilities that can be developed through study, training, or hands-on experience. So we need to know what are these hard skills. There are some examples related to that. These are related to data analysis, budgeting. Budgeting is a skill. Preparing reports. Yes, how to prepare precise reports, informative reports that require skill. Developing work plans. That could be strategic plan or your performance plans. And conducting project evaluations. These are all hard skills. As far as the soft skills are concerned, these refer to interpersonal and behavior qualities that help individuals communicate, collaborate, and lead effectively. These are communication, teamwork, how you solve problems. This is a soft skill. And you make decisions, sound decisions. Again, it's a soft skill. Technical skills, these are specialized competencies needed to perform specific management or technical tasks often supported by tools or technology. For example, using project management software, developing and maintaining websites, and applying engineering or vocational techniques. So when we talk about project management, you need to have combination of skills, but you need to have a team in order to perform. Everyone would be assigned a task. Maybe it is related to administration, procurement, or related to finance. Each team member is assigned according to their job responsibilities and they all of have must these these skills. And as a team, you can deliver and achieve the project goals. We also need to have skills related to management functions. The question comes in, what are the management functions? We can say planning, organizing, staffing, leading, directing, or management, controlling our management functions. And coordinating and reporting are also management functions. Again, you need to have skills for planning, for organizing, staffing, leading, directing, and controlling. And now, briefly, we will see how can we apply essential skills in project management. Applying essential skills in project management means integrating a balanced mix of soft, hard, and technical skills. These skills are applied across all phases of project management, that is related to initiating a project, planning, implementation, monitoring, and closing to ensure the projects are delivered on time, within scope, with quality. The quality also matters. You are given a set standard for performance and you have to perform according to that standards. It applies everywhere. The quality matters. They are vital for managing resources efficiency, fostering collaboration, addressing challenges, and that helps you in order to address challenge and make decisions, and achieving project goal within defined allocated resources. You apply all these essential skills in order to achieve goals. There are some key terms in applying essential project management skills. These terms are frequently used when we talk about management skills. These are planning. There are more, but these are some of the major, I would say, terms. Those are used in management, in project management skills: planning, organizing, skills gap. We are going to discuss in detail what is the skill gaps, why do we do it, and how can we analyze it, and what are the benefits of conducting skill gaps. Soft skills, this is a term: assessments, motivation, risk management. When we talk about risk management, we need to have mitigation plans, evaluations, monitoring, collaboration, hard skill leadership. These are some of the major terms in applying essential project management skills. Before going further down, I have a question from you all. It is, project management skills are applicable only to big companies. Is it true or false? What do you think? I repeat, project management skills are applicable only to big companies. Please write down in the chat box, is it true or false? Okay, let's see the answer. It is false because project management skills are not limited to big companies. If you think about your daily activities at any level, you need to have these skills. In your individual capacity, you need to have skills related to plan your daily activities. So that means it is applicable in all contexts. So it is false to say that project management skills are only required for big companies. No, they are also valuable for individuals because they are also valuable for individuals, students, group assignments, research, and short-term projects. Now we come to applying project management skills as a manager. Applying project management skills means using methods, tools, and behaviors to plan, organize, lead, and complete work effectively. Applying project management skills helps managers work systematically, improve team performance, deliver results efficiently, reduce errors, and support organizational growth. Once you apply project management skills as a manager, so it supports organization and you are able to perform and your team is able to perform according to the requirements. Why managers need project management skills? It helps managers to turn ideas into actionable plans. The most important function starts with planning. So you need to have a skill for planning, organize people and resources. You need to organize your team members, and you have to assign the task, and you have to uh, limit the time that within that time that assignment is to be completed. That means you need as a manager to help your team member to prepare performance plans and then act accordingly, lead teams toward shared goals, and then according to the performance plans, you monitor your team members, their progress, and address risks. Communicate clearly with team members and stakeholders. Like communication is a skill. So once you have this skill, you are able to communicate with your team members and stakeholders. And once you have problem solving skills, you can identify the problems and you can solve problems before they become major issues. So as a manager, it helps a lot. Because when we perform activities or we want to achieve a project goals, one person or individual cannot perform. For that matter, we need to have a team and collaborative efforts in order to achieve goals. Project success relies on each team member clearly understanding their responsibilities and executing them effectively. Before doing any task, all the team members need to know and they must have their job description and they must understand what are they expected to perform and what are their responsibilities so that they can perform accordingly. When everyone knows their role, tasks are completed accurately and on time. So in that case, you can say that a manager has a lead role in order to assign the tasks and monitor so that it is completed accurately and on time. And side by side, the manager plays a team lead role in order to assist, help their team members when they face any problem. Collaboration fosters open communication, allowing team members to share ideas and address issues quickly. It is always, better to have consultation when you have any issue and you can make decision based on the uh, information available. Working together towards shared goals ensure efficient task completion and strengthens overall team performance. In a team, there could be different team members. For instance, project management team members, matter experts, and others. So there are specified roles for each team member. For the project manager, if we take an example, it is related to leading the project, assign tasks to team members, and track progress. Team members, they complete their assignments and they help out each other and they support team. And subject matter experts, one thing that is to be kept in mind that as per requirement of the project, these positions are created. It is not necessary that in all cases you need to have a matter expert, but this is just to give an example that there are different team members and each of them have different roles. Each of them has different roles to perform. So there is a project manager, there are team members, there are experts, and there are ICT staff, technical staff that support systems, tools, and technical processes. Because, for instance, if we take an example of, for instance, HR manager, we cannot expect that HR manager or HR team members can perform technical tasks. For that matter, need to hire technical staff for that purpose. And monitoring, evaluation, quality assurance officers, based on the need, yes, they are required as a team member. Same is the case for administrative or logistics staff. so that they can manage scheduling, procurement, and documentation. But in some of the cases, uh, if there are small projects, then one person is required to multitask. And of course, after providing the necessary training that is required, and then one person can, in small projects, can perform administrative as well as human resource jobs. Stakeholder clients coordination with stakeholders, provide input and approvals. Now we come to conducting a basic skills gap assessment to identify area for teams and managerial improvement. We will discuss why do we need conducting skills gap assessment. A skills gap assessment is a process that compares the skills required for a role project with the skills that individual or teams currently possess. So what is required and what the team possess, the skills that assessments helps out to identify. It highlights specific areas where knowledge, expertise, or competencies are lacking. When you compare the required job and the uh, staff member has the skills, and you can find out what is lacking. So that can be addressed as per the need. By identifying these gaps, managers and team members gain a clear understanding of which skills need development. This insight enables targeted training that helps to train. That means you identify the training need, mentoring or coaching to improve individuals and team performance. Ultimately, it strengthens overall efficiency, productivity, and project success. Project success depends on the ability of the team. All the skills, those are required. The team must have these skills in order to successfully implement, manage, monitor, evaluate, and achieve the goals. And now there are some steps for conducting skill gap assessments. We can start with identifying required skills. List the skills needed to complete a project or perform a role successfully. We need to know about that. And assess current skills the team member has. Evaluate skills using self-assessment. You can talk to the manager for the feedback of the individual and observations or simple rating scales. It is according to the performance rating. And also compare required skills with the current skills. Identify gap by comparing what is needed versus current capability. Prioritize skills gap. Focus on gaps that have highest impact on performance, quality, or deadlines. So that identify different areas for the improvement of staff performance. and it helps you to prioritize which skills is important so that the staff must be trained in that area. Develop action plan. Again, we need to have a plan. We can say we need to have a training plan for the staff, coaching, mentoring, peer learning, or job shadowing. So for that matter, you need to develop an action plan once you identify gaps and how to overcome them. Follow up and review progress. Again, track improvements over time and assess whether training has improved performance. That helps you to identify whether the training is helping out the team member or still the team member requires some coaching or mentoring or a session of training. So it is a matter of ongoing process. We cannot say that it stops. For instance, performance plans are regularly prepared and the manager review the performance and gives feedback to the staff member and then improvement is made in the gray areas. We also analyze skill gaps, affect management and project results. Define objectives. Clarify what you want to achieve with what skills gap analysis. Identify required skills. List the skills necessary for effective management and successful project outcome. You assess current workforce, evaluate the existing skills and managers and team members. You evaluate the skills of managers and team members and you compare results. You identify specific skills gaps by contrasting required skills with current capabilities. Develop impact metrics, create measures linking skills deficiencies to management performance issues like missed deadlines, low morale, and project challenges. Sometimes it could be related to budget, scope creep, quality problems. Plan intervention, design targeted training programs or hiring strategies to address identify gaps. Monitor progress, track improvement using key performance indicators to evaluate the performance of your interventions. You also monitor the progress of your interventions. Using key performance indicators. You monitor staff performance. You also monitor progress of the project and whether you are meeting the targets, and there are key performance indicator to evaluate the effectiveness of your interventions. Before going further down, I have a question for you. Does analyzing skills gaps help enhance staff performance? Yes or no? What do you think? Analyzing skills gaps help enhance performance, staff performance? Yes or no? Please write down your answers in the chat box. Okay, let's see the answer. Yes, great. Analyzing skill gaps helps enhance staff performance by identifying specific areas for improvement and directing appropriate training interventions. Yes, let's move forward. And now we'll talk about the benefits of conducting skills gap assessment for professional development and organizational growth. Here we are talking for the professional development for the individual as well as for the organization. It identifies skills deficiencies, recognize the specific skills employees lack to perform their roles effectively, enhance employee development, use insight to create targeted training and professional development plans, improve performance, align workforce skills with organizational goals to boost efficiency and productivity. These are the benefits. And there are some more benefits like support strategic hiring, inform recruitment decisions by identifying skills that needed to be added to the team. At the hiring stage, you know what type of skills are required, and then accordingly you hire the staff. And skill gap assessment helps you out to identify the skills those are needed and to recruit team members according to that. Increase employee engagement, show commitment to employee growth, boosting motivation and job satisfaction. In fact, as a team leader, you always motivate your team members, and that helps them to have a sense of job satisfaction. And it as a result of that, the performance of the individual is improved, and they are willingly they are they are willing to perform good job. Optimize resource allocation, focus training and development resources where they are most needed. It strengthens organizational competitiveness, ensure the organization has the skills necessary to meet current and future challenges, facilitate succession planning, prepare employee for future roles and leadership positions. Uh, These are the key takeaways. Today we revisited key concepts from previous class, including project management skills, management functions, and the skills needed to perform these functions. Like we said, that it's a combination of three types of skills. Learned essential project management terms and discussed their practical relevance for managers. We explored how essential project management skills are applied in real management context. We have learned applying project management skills from a managerial perspective. And we discussed about the collaboration of team members and identify team roles and responsibilities. We discussed different type of staff needed for effective collaborative project management. Learned how to conduct skills gap assessment to spot improvement areas. The gap assessment helps us to identify the gray areas for improvement, and we train the staff as per the identified needs. Analyzed how skill gaps influence management performance and project outcomes. That helps. Understood the benefits of conducting skills gaps assessment for professional and organizational growth. Now I open for questions. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, we can discuss and I can reply your questions.
Okay. Let's see, we have a question here from Winston. In the definition of skills management for projects, you mention was made of the following steps: initiate, plan, execute, monitor, and close. Where do we maintain the skills developed if we just monitor and don't control?
In fact, the purpose of monitoring is to identify the issues. And for instance, if we are overspending, then we need to control the over expenses. What source do we have for that, for controlling? We have a budget, which is prepared in advance when we prepare project plans. At that time, we prepare budgets. So we regularly monitor whether the expenses are made as per the budget or we overspending. If we are overspending, then we need to check and control the over expenses. Same is the case for under expenses. Sometimes the budget is there, but amount is not spent. When we investigate, we identify that some of the activities those were planned were not performed. Then we take actions in order to put the team activities on track. So this is how we monitor and how we control. I hope it's clear now.
Yes. There's a student that's asking to see parts 1 and 2 of this class series. So I'm putting the links into chat to watch those.
Thank you very much.
Wonder. wonder if those links are even going to work. I don't think that's going to work. Huh. Okay. I don't see. Oh, another question here. What is the difference between hard skills and technical skills? If both can be learned competencies.
Yeah. Hard skills like preparation of the plans, preparation of the budgets, and technical skills, you know how to use software and how to develop a website. This is technical skill. Whereas the hard skill is budgeting and human resource management. These are some examples related to hard skills and technical skills.
Let's see. Stephen asks, in a diversified organization that oversees multiple subsidiaries across different sectors, so you have effective project management becomes essential for achieving strategic goals. So question number one would be, so how project managers can ensure alignment between subsidiary level projects and the overall corporate objectives?
Okay. When we prepare plans, then we consider the overall corporate goals, mission, vision at that stage. Then these plans are prepared, and then it's a matter of coordination with different sections. How do we coordinate? What is the mechanism? That is also decided in advance, and that is the part of planning. For instance, are we going to have regular meetings? After how many days? What will be the frequency of the meetings? And if we share reports, how do we share? And if we identify problems related to different uh, sections, so what will be the mechanism for resolving these problems in a coordinated way? That means there has to be a close relationship between all the team members of different areas for achieving the overall corporate goals. I can give an example of program team and the finance team. So they work together because the program teams identify the amount which is needed. That is done at the planning stage. So the finance team make budgets according to the requirement, and the procurement also. Sometimes there is a procurement team that procure different equipments, goods, and then there is a coordination of like program team, finance team, and the procurement team. They work together.
Okay, there's a question here from Musa, which is interesting. So from your point of view, which way is better between training employees or just hiring employees who have the skills required?
Uh, in fact, before hiring, during this class, we discussed that we need to know what type of skills do we need to perform our project activities. Once we have the list, and then we prepare a job description and recruit the team. Sometimes you need to orient the newly recruited staff related to policy matters of your organizations and your authority and your responsibility. These are some kind of orientation that is done. But in some of the cases, with the expansion of any project, any activities, you need to provide skills training. Like, for instance, when you started working with a team member, he was not equipped with the computer skills properly. He or she was not skilled with the computer skills, but with the passage of time, the need arised. So instead of hiring new staff member, you give your staff a training on computer skills. Those are needed to perform the job efficiently.
Okay, now we'll go to the questions. We'll go to Ismail first, and then Nicholas.
Yeah, good morning, sirs.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you, sirs. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, my question is this, sir. In a situation where resources are limited, how would project tasks be prioritized while ensuring quality and meeting deadlines? And what frameworks could assist in this decision-making process?
Okay. In fact, when we talk about the resources are always limited. Sometimes we don't think about a major resource, that is time. And if a person or a staff member is not well trained, then the staff member will take more time to perform. So it is again wastage of time. And then what you can do is you train the staff in order to perform the right job at the right time. This is one thing. And again, in case of budget, finances, if you have limited resources, for instance, buying furniture for your office, you can see your limits and you can purchase that furniture, but without compromising on the quality. But different qualities are there and the prices are different, but you have to compromise within your budget and within your requirement. So in that case, the procurement team and you or the program team and the finance team need to sit together. So how efficiently you can utilize the available amount so that you can run your ongoing activities. So that is applicable, for instance, in your daily life. You can have meal for X amount and you can have meal for a higher amount. So what is available with you, and you go according to your pocket. This is I would say very simple example when we say these management skills are applicable to all individuals. At household level, you can apply these skills, and you apply and you know how to manage your limited finances. This
Thank you,
is how
sir.
you do. You're welcome.
I'm grateful, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Ismail. Okay, Nicholas, can you activate your microphone now?
Thank you very much for giving me time. Dr. Lambert, thank you, Dr. Lambert. Thank you, Muhammad. I just wanted to ask, what areas in project management, what areas of the skill gaps should management introduce artificial intelligence to bridge?
As far as artificial intelligence and the skills are concerned, based on the need, you need artificial intelligence. For instance, you can apply it for identifying the training need. And once the training need is identified, you can create training plans and training material and handout materials with the help of AI. So it is basically need based when you need it, and then you apply according to that. But one thing you have to keep in mind that after getting all the input from AI, you need to review it whether all of it is relevant in your case, or some of them, or some of the information which you have got need to be adjusted according to your need. You don't have to go by all, but you have to know your need first, and then whatever you have got, and you have to compare as per your need whether it fills out all the requirements or not. I hope it's clear.
Nicholas, do you have go ahead. Do you have anything more to say or another question?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I got information that people are planning. I mean, they're planning to introduce artificial intelligence in project management to conceive, plan, and deliver projects. So I don't know what form would that be? Would that be that project managers will be out of jobs, or what do you think?
Yes, you are right. In some of the cases, some of the staff may lose jobs as a result of AI.
Thank you.
But we have to think that what is the percentage, and we have to see what is the percentage of that, and what is the requirement, and then we must make decision at the time of recruitment. It's not good you recruit staff, and after few days you say that this staff is not needed because we can take the help from AI. So before making decision for recruitment, you must consider all these available resources for especially related to AI. If it is there, then you have to limit your recruitment process or number of staff and from the very beginning. I hope it's clear.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome.
So learn how to use artificial intelligence so you can be the manager of artificial intelligence.
Thank you.
You have artificial intelligence for free in your student portals. Learn how to use it. Talk with it. It has all the information. You just have to know what questions to ask it to get that information out. It needs practice. But then you become the expert of artificial intelligence.
Thank you, Dr. Lambert.
Yes, Nicholas. There's a question here from Musa Muhammad Sagir. If the
Yes.
project manager lacks skills, who can actually tell the project manager that you need training in a certain area?
You see, I'll start starting from preparing performance plan. Once the performance plan of a staff is discussed by the manager with the staff, and the performance plan is made, and the staff is assigned different tasks, liabilities, and on a regular basis, the performance of the staff is evaluated. At the time of evaluation, you can learn, and the team member, manager and the team member board discuss why this was not completed. At that time, you can identify different skill training needs that helps you out, so that you identify at that time and you uh, give training which is required by the staff. Sometimes you don't need to arrange formal trainings all the time. It is sort of a learning, on-job learning and coaching by the program manager or the project manager to their staff when they monitor their activities. At the time of performance, the manager or the leader can help out their staff members to improve the skills. There are different ways how to uh, give training: formal trainings, informal trainings, learning by experience. These are all contribute to improve the learning of skills.
Okay, we've run to the end of time for the class. So if you have any questions, you'll have to save them for next time. So, Mohammed Sagir, do you have any more to add before we close the class?
Just I would like to thank you, Dr. Lambert, and all the participants for patiently listening. And I hope, as Dr. Lambert said, that you need to learn every time and you have to identify areas and the means of learning, how you can improve your learning. It is not one day job, it's ongoing process. Keep learning. You have a big resource